Welcome back, everyone, to Daily DVR. Check us out, dvrpodcast.com. We're covering Alien Earth. We covered Severance. We're going to be back with Mayor of Kingstown very soon. And we're going to be covering Task, the HBO show with Mark Ruffalo in September. dvrpodcast.com, patreon.com. You know about that. Go to it. Patreon.com/DVR. My name's Axel. With me is Heath. Hi, Heath.
Hi, Axel. You got the different cadence today. Oh, it was like you're like, I know I got to say this stuff,
I
but I
know, I
just
was
want to
trying to
get
get
through
through
it.
it.
That's perfect.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
As an actor, you know what it sounds like when you're trying to just get through the thing in your head. And I did it in like 30 seconds because I
You
actually
did.
just
It
wanted to
was
get to
great.
talking to you. Yeah.
I
Where were
love
you?
it, man. I love it. I'm glad we're able to do this today. I had some time free up. So I was like, Axel, I don't care that you're on your deathbed. Uh, we have to pod.
Ooh.
How you
Yeah.
feeling?
Come on. I'm getting better. I'm coming off a pretty nasty stomach flu, or not stomach flu, I should say. I got food poisoning. I and that's what it was, and it was taco time. And I'm gonna say their name live on the air. They gave me food poisoning. It's like the second time. I blamed it on another taco place because I sometimes in one day I'll eat at multiple taco spots. I love tacos.
Nice.
And I figured it out now. It's not OC Taco, which is amazing, Oregon City. It's taco time. Mulala. That's it. I called you out directly. You did it.
I've seen that sign, and actually, behind the new taco lettering, it said toilet time,
Yeah,
and
I
they scratched it
know.
out.
I know.
So,
Well,
so,
whew,
so we're
I'm
gonna take
back.
Brett and Ando and Joe Bear there when we're in Portland, right? Me and you won't eat, just the three of them, and
Yes.
it'll be like the Stanford experiment. We'll see how they
Oh my
react.
God. Yeah. Ooh, boy. No, no, no. Well, I'm okay. I'm gonna work through it. I have the uplifting strength of my wife and son and my dog and a heating pad on my stomach. And now we're here to talk about television, about some smoke, Alien Earth. I don't know. How are you doing? I've been sick, but how you been doing, Solo?
Good. Just wife's back to work. Summer's over for a school district in California. Can't believe it's mid-August already. I've been watching
I
a little
know.
preseason football, a couple of things, you know, um, some good shows, some good movies, just kind of living life and riding out the summer, man.
Living life,
So
baby. Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost over. I was
I know it's
saying
weird.
this to Lachlan. It's gone by fast. This summer to me has just flown by, man.
Yeah, man, it is. It is. I mean, I can't believe, and knock on wood, it's going to get a little hot this week, but we haven't had those heat waves that we normally get for like 5 weeks.
It's good.
We've been lucky, but end of August and September still to come because we get a lot of heat in September as well. So it may be
Yeah.
coming then, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, you know what'll happen. Like right now, it's going to be like 90 for 2 days here in Portland, and then it's going to be in the 70s for like 10 days after that. And then I guarantee it's going to be like 72, partly cloudy with a beautiful breeze the day before you guys get here. And then the day you get here, it's going to be 115 degrees and humid, and it's going to be like that. And then you're going to get on an airplane, and then it's going to start raining and the
Yeah.
clouds will come out. I hope not, though. I'd love for you all to be, because when you came last year, it was so hot, but it's so awesome when it's nice here, dude. This is like, it's like the Garden of Eden, as they say, out here in Portlandia. That's why people live here.
Portlandia.
The trees, the breeze. All right, speaking of the trees and the breeze, in preparation for this podcast, my wife and I watched, in the middle of the day, mind you, the finale of Smoke
Oh,
on Apple TV Plus just today. So I'm like less than an hour out of this show. And I want to hear more than anything in the world what you have to say about this entire season and this show because I before I say anything, I just want to hear what you have to say.
Okay. Well, I watched the whole series, of course. I loved Blackbird, so I know the creators,
Yeah.
same team, little I can't even, what is his name? Taylor Edgerton, the Tyler Egerton?
Taran.
Taron? Taron.
Taran.
I always
Yeah.
call him Taron, like he's an
Taran.
NBA player. Yeah, Taron.
Yeah.
He's amazing. The show, and then, of course, I don't remember, and of course, I can't remember her name, Axel, so I need your help.
Journey Smollett.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess that up.
Yeah.
I I mean, I remember I didn't ever watch Lovecraft Country. I know she was a lead in that and
Yeah.
some other things, but she
Yeah.
blew me away
She's
in this
awesome.
show. She is amazing
She is amazing.
and very hot as well. I mean,
Very.
let's just face it. But
But hot, but also gorgeous in a
yeah, she's
way
got the
that
whole
kind of
package.
comes from inside of her too. Like she has, because she's not I don't think you would call her a traditional beauty. You know what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Like she doesn't look like Holly Berry. You know what I'm saying? She is a bit tougher. She's a bit more maybe like road worn, you would say, or like she looks like she's been through it a little bit just in her eyes. And
Yeah.
the roles she chooses usually communicate a substance and a depth that belie her. Like you always say, you have to know your type,
Right.
right? And she knows her type. Like this role, I don't know who could have convincingly played this role.
I see the closest I can think of a recent memory, but she's not as sexy to me, but has the same traits as Kylie Reese from Night Country and True Detective. Um, she
Oh,
has that
okay.
toughness, but
That's
not
true.
as but not for this
Okay, you're
show.
right. You're right.
You know,
And we
in
covered
that
that
like
show.
she would audition for this part
Yeah.
if that's what they're that's what I'm saying. But not missing the there's something missing, but there she's close. I think. Um, uh,
Interesting.
but
I like that.
the way not only her toughness and you know she's a great actress, but like the subtleties when she's not speaking or when she
Yes.
tells him you want to f me, like the her expression, the way I was like studying her as an actor, to be
Yeah.
honest, because
I
I
agree.
when she's standing by the car and she sees the camera and she knows stuff's going on, like there's these subtleties she brings that look so easy, but are just so. I fell in love with her, and I think she should be a superhero or have her own cop show or whatever she
Oh,
wants to
she's
do.
gonna do great. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, she's already been doing great, but this role is gonna. Anyway,
and the thing is too about her is remember her brother is the guy Jussie, isn't he's Jussie, right? Who or is she he's the guy who was involved in that hate like whether it was real or not, I still don't know, where he was attacked by these white guys and they do you remember that? And
oh,
then
the guy from uh, the
Empire.
Empire,
Yeah,
yes.
that's her brother.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, and she
Oh, that's
has
where I know the name, I guess, because my
so
wife was an Empire
yeah,
fan.
you'd think that that would, I mean, this is Hollywood and the way the world is in with culture and social media that she would be slammed for whatever that was her
Being a
brother
good
would have.
guilty by association.
Exactly, but
Yeah,
that happens with everybody anywhere, right? And
yeah.
so, especially in instance like that, but it's not affected her career, it seems to me.
She's probably brought
Yeah,
built so
which
much,
is a
I
good
would say
thing.
street cred, but a good foundation with all the people she's worked with, her reputation. So it
Yeah,
probably didn't
she's
even,
great.
yeah. So a lot of props to her. I thought it was a breakthrough performance. So Smoke, as you know, in case people don't know, it's not the Harvey Keitel movie. Um, it's the Apple Plus TV series about these arsons that are going on and who's starting them. And it be Ray Liotta? I mean, Tehran.
And we got to go, we're going full spoilers here. The show's
Oh yeah,
over.
yeah.
If you were watching this show, if you stuck it out to this last episode, you're ready to talk about this.
Okay.
We can go
So
spoilers.
I will go initial reaction right now. Um, insane. Didn't expect this show to go where it went, hard-ons included. Um, batshit crazy, sort of. contained batshit. It like turned into like a Taylor Sheridan that fire movie a little bit. It got nuts, and I want to talk about it, but right now I still loved it. I thought it was great, but it does get very fucking crazy.
Yeah. That's what I'm
So
trying to figure out
I'm trying
somewhat.
to figure out if it's
Yeah.
the best show of the year or an okay show of the year because I don't know right now.
I don't know either. And that's why I wanted to hear you go first. And we both agree because Taron Egerton is amazing. John Leguizamo, I liked him more in
So
this than anything he's done in like 20
he's
years.
perfect in this.
It
Oh
was
my
it was
God.
a perfect it was a I would have watched a TV show with just his character, okay?
Totally.
Even the guy who played her boyfriend slash boss that she ends up fucking killing for I don't know why.
Yeah.
It he was great too. I was like, who's this guy? Wow, I didn't expect me to be impressed by his acting chops. Everything. What's his name?
Greg Kinnear.
Greg Kinnear. Again, an amazing performance. Greg Kinnear. But then he admits to being a basically serial
Embezzler.
embezzler in the second to last episode too. I don't. Dennis Lehane, amazing writer. I thought Blackbird was one of the best things of the past fucking decade.
Yeah.
I loved it. But I don't know what happened or where this show. I have to say my initial reaction is that it went off the rails, man.
Yeah.
I think it was very interesting up until episode like, we got what do we get? 9 episodes,
Yeah.
right? I would say it was about episode 3 or 4 that it started to, I don't know what's happening here. Then by 6, 7, then by the choices they made at the he made at the end in 8 were so batshit crazy. I couldn't figure out, but I read an article, and I think what may have happened. I read an interview with him. Is he got lost really in the subtext of what he was trying to write about
Hmm.
instead of making a good story with these characters that he had created. That's basically kind of where I'm at this point because there's parts of it I
Yeah.
loved, but when she killed the guy, what did you?
See,
Uh,
that's okay. So, I mean, you know why she did it. She did it by accident, punched him. He was really
right,
getting handsy. Okay.
and he
But
had
then
been
she
kind
doesn't,
of mean before.
yeah, yeah, very. And she punches him, of course. He goes down, he can't breathe. And she's staring at him and lets him die. Um, I think because of what he said, why she let him die is what he said. You know, without me, you ain't gonna get anywhere,
Yes,
and that whole thing. So that
yeah.
was her motivation to be like, kind of like Bryan Cranston and Walter White in Breaking Bad with Jesse's girlfriend. Could have saved her, didn't.
Yeah.
Um, but so
Spoiler
in
alert.
that moment, yeah, spoiler, in that moment, I was like, okay, I see her thought process going on, and and but then she just goes deep end. I'm gonna frame freaking Tehran, and I'm gonna blow this thing up. And that's to me, I was like, is this out of her character? I know she has the past with her
Yeah,
mom almost burning her alive, and then we
right.
didn't get to see any of that resolution. Are they setting up season 2, or are they just
I
letting
don't
things
know, man.
go?
I don't know. I think that this show had a good aim, and from reading this article that I'll try to include in the show notes if I remember. You just basically Google it. He explains that what he was trying to communicate with this show, right? And with our final reveal that the Taron Egerton character is actually very overweight, not as good looking. His face is kind of scarred and messed up a little bit, right? He has like half an eyebrow. It looks like when he was in that fire that the season starts with,
Right.
that he was injured by it too, right? Um, Basically, he was trying to say that he grew up in a place that had a lot of toxic masculinity, and he was a writer and a creative person, and he felt that this character was, in a sense, representative of all those guys who thought that they were good, who became like the fire guy, the cops, the people that he wanted to respect. But
Hmm.
as he grew up with these people, he noticed that these are the people who actually are the most are kind of giving off this toxic masculinity, which obviously what's his name? Dave, right? Wasn't that
Yeah,
Karen Edgerton? Yeah, Dave displays throughout. So when you follow it down that path, her killing the boyfriend when he had been abusive and he had been threatening her
yeah,
before, and he took over her entire investigation, right?
yeah.
Like she walks in and all of a sudden he's got this person and that person and this person. And he didn't ask her about it, he didn't tell her about it.
Flexing
It's
his
just
muscles.
happening, right?
Yeah,
So that's supposed to be representative of also what's happening in our country now with the current administration. What is the name of his alter ego? Don, right? In the novel,
yeah,
Don.
yeah.
Okay, that gives it
And
away.
not Don Draper.
Not Don Draper. Don Knotts, actually.
Don Knotts.
Uh, well, what's that?
That would
Remember
have been
that
a
one?
totally different.
Remember that movie when he's a fish? When Don
Oh
Knotts
yeah,
is like
the
a
incredible
fish?
Mr. Lippet. I saw that when I was a kid in the 80s. It was on like Channel 56 in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
And I remember like, what is this?
that's what they need to
Why
make
is
now,
Mr.
Solo.
Furley?
This
Mr.
is a,
Furley is underwater speaking as a
oh,
fish.
oh my God, I love it. Anyway, so long story short, man, I think he kind of got lost in that shit. And that's okay. If you want to put subtext in, that's cool. But when you're and he described like he wanted to make it end with this big fire. So then it's supposed to be like the action of what she did, right?
Hmm.
Is actually what started that fire in the sawmill. When she started the fire when she
Oh
killed,
yeah, yeah. She
that's what
because the
started the fire.
ambers kept.
So you see like the how that follows, like
Yeah.
one person's actions, the country becomes engulfed in fire. But I don't know, it just didn't work for me, man. I'm gonna put it in the category of beautiful failures. That's what I'm gonna put it
Okay.
in the category of for me.
And I won't call it a failure. I put it in. You got to watch this, but be prepared, and you may love it or hate it. I know that's not as concise as yours. Beautiful failures. So maybe beautiful failures is the no. I felt the last couple of episodes were like a different show, sort of. Even though it was kind of it was just like that
Right,
firefight
yes.
with the both of them. Well, that was badass. It was shot great. I loved it. I was into it. But I was like, man, this show became SOA and not,
It
you know,
What a great comparison, Solo. You're so right. It was, and maybe it was supposed to be like that because that, in a way, is like this like vaulted kind of like heroism that he's
mhm,
talking about, right? Like in the truth, we're all just people. Nobody is Captain America, right? And
right.
Captain America still gets food poisoning from Taco Time, and we're all human, is what you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. That's why I say it's a beautiful fair because I was watching that too, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And then she puts the gun in his mouth, at coming out of her like it's her dick, right? And he's on his knees,
Right.
and she's like filleting him. It was just really. It was. I kind of appreciated the art of it, and that they actually went there,
Mhm.
but it just didn't. It wasn't the same. I don't know. It was just weird,
Yeah,
and the fact that they knew that it was him for so long.
yeah, that kind of bothered me because when they have, I mean, I was like, this is the tipping point for me, I think. This was like this show I was going to give it an A or A minus to. That's how good it was. And then at the bar when they have the confrontation and Greg Kinnear goes, he knows. I was relieved that they weren't going to. go further where he knew
Right.
they knew, but they didn't know he knew.
Exactly. Yep.
But it went a little too long with he knew they he knows you
It was
know.
even worse. It was
Yeah.
like they all know and they're not doing anything. And then
Yeah.
they're sitting in the, it was actually multiple times where she would get in the car with
Get in the
him
car with him, which is
and they
it,
both have
yeah,
guns
he'd
and
go to
then
work. He'd go to work. Like that
it
part
was just
bothered me.
weird, dude. But
Yeah,
see,
that part bothered me.
I
But I
understand.
enjoyed it though.
I did too.
You
But
know.
you see, this is what I can understand that when you write something like that, you're also trying to communicate the feeling, if we go with what his subtext was, of feeling like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how can
Yeah.
this be reality? Like, how can you sit right next to a person who you know wants to kill you and just have a conversation with them? But in a
Yeah.
sense, maybe that's America today. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm trying to I'm trying to follow through with after reading this. And I was picking up on that. Were you picking up on any of that subtext while you were watching it?
What subtext? I'm sorry. What of the I'm sorry, I missed what you said. I apologize.
Oh, the so basically in this article, he out as I'm saying, he
Oh, the article.
outlines that the entire, and I was, as I was watching this, I was picking up on this too, that that's what he's trying to write about. They are in this crazy situation that this what he is, he went from making a story about this arsonist guy to turning it into the just reverting it and making it into this overt statement about sexism, uh,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
toxic
yeah.
masculinity,
Hmm.
all this kind of shit, politics in America. And I think it just doesn't work when you do that. It doesn't work.
That might be what sub in my subtext. I
Yeah.
realized that's probably what I didn't like about the show. Now that you bring that up, because it was a little too much for me.
But
I
so you picked up on that as you were
yeah.
watching it.
Well, subconsciously I did, and now that we're talking about it, my mind just went, "Oh my God!" So I didn't. I guess while I was watching it, I was a little uncomfortable, and that was my trigger of the topics or the deep meaning. I
Yeah.
think that got me a little because I wanted a straight up, to be honest, investigation. Okay, if he's going to be the killer, great twist. I mean, the
Right.
arsonist, then let's go. And then it went to a whole new area. But then you think, okay, the show was trying to do something different. So that's why, like, beautiful failure you bring up, it makes sense because I know their intentions and I know where they wanted to go. It just didn't land. It just
Yeah.
didn't completely land. And uh, because they gave away was that one shot where before we know he's the arsonist, he's writing in his book, and there's that shot where you see the hooded arsonist looking at his car like he's outside of the car, and then he looks and then he's gone or whatever, and he's that's while he's writing the book, and I was like, oh my god, he's the arsonist. That shot gave it away, and if you pick up on it, you got it. If you didn't,
Yeah.
like my wife didn't quite, I had to explain it to her, and she's like, oh. And then of course we find out he's the guy. It had the play, and then like John Leguizamo, like retired, discredited, then he just joins this team, and we kept like, who let him in? The what? And they
What was
bring
up
it
with
up.
this? What was up with the whole porno career? That was another thing. That's another
That led to
that's
one of the
another
clues.
this is what I'm saying. That's another
Yeah,
subtextual thing that it became too obvious. I think that, look, I agree with you, Solo. Even though I may be a more outwardly political person or think about these things when it comes to that, I it's the best things are when you don't even realize that until way after, right? And
right.
if you're watching it and you're picking up on it and I'm picking up it and people are watching, they're like, okay, we get it. But it just it kind of wasted these great actors and characters because I liked the first couple of episodes. I thought were fucking great.
Yeah,
And the story that you wanted is the same story that I wanted. And there was a way to do both, but it involved like just a story that was more about the people. that
Yeah.
followed the characters and not followed the subtext and what he's trying to teach us about what he's trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah. And
appreciate the effort, but it
yeah,
didn't work.
I did get a little annoyed about the chicken cooker, who was the other arsonist. Like the way he spoke bothered me, but it was for
Oh,
the character.
really? See,
Yeah.
that to me, when we lost that character, the
Hmm.
show became infinitely less interesting to me. I'm so glad you mentioned him. That's a guy that Gareth, our friend Gareth from Dissecting Dexter, interviewed.
Yeah, I mean, he was amazing. I lost it a little bit.
Okay, I liked
That
that
lost me. I liked
investigation.
about half. Well, I liked the investigation, but I guess I'm more not upset. But when Tehran is in the box with him, and he like knows he's what he is, like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
sees it. Like I wanted more from that, but and then I thought he was the one who's going to out him. I mean, there's different things I was going. Um, I guess I was just really sad for him, that character, that he had only one day, one good memory in his life. That broke my heart.
That was great acting and that was great
Yeah,
writing.
no,
There
no,
was
he
a lot of,
was,
yeah, it was
you
great
know,
stuff
that
here.
was that was good. I don't know. I guess for me, I don't know. It's a
This is
beautiful
tearing you
failure.
up, Solo.
This
You
is
look at
tearing me up.
this.
This is hard.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
This is
Smoke,
worse. This is
smoke is
harder
gonna
than
last.
dissecting Westworld that I
Yeah,
just couldn't stop doing.
this
Um,
is this is gonna last. In years from now, we're gonna say this is a smoke. That's what we're
all
gonna say,
right.
Solo. We'll be like,
Yeah,
this
there's
is a
so
smoke.
much. I mean, this is tough because we didn't
Yeah,
cover it every week. We're just talking about it for 20
right.
minutes. It's very tough to just do it as a whole discussion. Very hard because I'm struggling with what I thought I loved, what maybe I didn't, but maybe I did like it, but why didn't I like it? And I was cool here. But yet every episode I was like, let's watch Smoke, let's watch Smoke. So it's bizarre. It's like it was appointment viewing for me. It didn't land completely for me, but the acting was so good. Again, what
Interesting.
attracted me that I mean, I'm studying uh, Timothy Chalamet, the female version. I get her name. Like, and even Taron.
He's awesome.
I mean, Elton John, Blackbird. I
He
mean, there's
is.
so
Come
many.
on. Yeah, that
Dude,
guy
he's one of
is.
the best. Like, he's
He
so good,
is
and he was
definitely. Yep.
creepy as hell. And that
Yep.
laugh, that laugh, and the way he went back and forth, I'm like, gosh, damn.
I now you might have me going the other way. Now, this is a it is. It's something
It's
special.
very
It's something
complex.
weird. The people listening, you watched it. What do you think? We'd love to hear other people's opinions on this because it's just a really strange, and so many things
Strange
left too.
game.
Yeah, a very. Oh,
Very
speaking
strange.
of which, if we want to briefly talk about a show that we also so Perry and I, it's coming towards the end of summer. Lachlan goes back to school next week. We said we got to finish anything we started, right? That we have outstanding, any TV shows, because we have
Oh
a
yeah, you got
tendency
to
to
pay
like
those
leave
bills,
one or
man.
two episodes, you know. So we said we got to finish it. So we finished Smoke, and we also finished Department Q. Is that a Q?
It's a
Department Q.
strange game. Different show, but I just wanted it.
No,
It's
but
strange.
Department Q is kind of like
It's
a
kind of slow horses
it's
ish.
a
It is a
it's like a
variant.
kinder
If
slow
that was a
horses.
spin off of Slow Horses, I'd be like,
Yes.
okay. Or you take one character,
It
you
is.
know.
It's almost as if it's like slow horses when
Ooh, another Rolling
Oldman was
Stones.
like
Oh, that's Wild
40.
Horse.
He was a little younger,
Yeah, right.
right? It almost could be like a slow horses prequel, Department
Equal.
Q.
Yeah.
Right? Like he was a detective before he got into the spy game, or even though I don't know, it doesn't really work.
So
But
let's put a button on Smoke and move on to
yes,
DQ.
Smoke.
Smoke is worth the watch. Don't tell your parents to watch it. It's effed up. The acting is tremendous. It looks amazing. It just, I'm still don't know if I
Yeah.
loved it. I mean, I didn't hate it.
I think it
I
got away
liked
from
it.
him. I think
I don't know if,
that's
yeah, liked it or loved it. You know, so, but it was worth
strange,
it. It
strange.
was worth it. It
It
was
was worth the
worth it.
ride. Definitely
It
worth the
really
ride.
was. Okay.
Now, Department
DQ.
Q. Should we talk spoilers and no spoilers? Because what do you think,
I
Department
think
Q?
we're already. I think
This
everything
is
this
a
pod should be spoilers, so we don't have to
done.
worry about.
Bam.
So if you, yeah, I mean, I say skip ahead, but
Full
I don't know what to
spoilers.
skip ahead to.
You know
Um,
what? Save the skip ahead for Bubba.
I like that. I like the way you took charge there, Axel.
I was like,
I'm
Dave, I'm
sexually
swaying.
aroused, Commander. You were.
By the way, the boner part was one of my favorite parts of the entire show.
And
I
that's and
loved
he's
that. I thought it
smiling.
was
I was
awesome.
like, oh my God,
And the
this
way they
show is
both
great.
looked at it too, right? Like even though he's getting caught and everything, the other arsonist is like, "What the fuck?" Anyway, all
That's
right, here
how
we go.
that's
Department
he
Q,
gets aroused.
Commander.
All right. Department Q. I've of course talked about it. I loved this show. It's right now a top five for me. I'm into the British these shows ever since I watched Wire in the Blood,
Yeah.
um, Second Sight with Clive Owen, and then I was like on that
Oh
roll.
yeah.
Perfect Suspect, or is that
Yep.
the one with Helen Mirren? I forget what
Prime
Prime Suspect.
suspect.
Prime Suspect. Wire in the Blood and Second Sight was like my introduction to British,
Yeah.
and then in the Line of Duty, I go everywhere. Then I go to different countries that I like. I like to go to the Netherlands, Sweden, and all. I just love
Maybe
international.
maybe check. Huh?
There is Criminal Angel is the Law and Order that's there. That yeah, it's like criminal.
Angele.
My wife says it differently, not criminal
Criminala.
angel.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Criminala.
I
I
love that.
remember that.
So, Department Q. So I just, and then when Ando tells me I'm gonna like, so see, when you and Ando, I don't believe Brett yet, but actually,
Oh shit.
no, I do. I love Brett. I actually recommended like only like two shows to him that he loved, so I know Brett I know his likes now. Uh, but when you guys recommend a show to me, of course, I take it very seriously because you know me the best with what I like, and Ando does now through the years of getting to know him in podcasting. So it's like you guys know my. So when you say you got, when he was in love with Department Q, I was like, I know I'm going to love this, and sure enough, I did. But I want to hear what you have to say. Um,
All
always
right.
go into a crime scene with backup. That's all I'm going to
Ugh.
say.
Well, this show for me was initially a struggle. I am Irish. My grandmother and grandfather were from Ireland, and my grandmother spoke Gaelic and spoke heavy Irish brogue. And I love listening to Irish people talk, and it kind of makes like wakes me up. Like when I watch like Brad Pitt do the
Before you
Irish
go
guy.
go,
Well, I hope so. It's kind of like, oh, I get it. But like the Scottish, I find so rhythmic and it just kind of puts me to sleep. So I actually fell asleep twice trying to watch the first episode of Department Q. And it's so low lit, it's comforting. It's always like cold and rainy, and it just everyone is kind of like blah, 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 and it's like that accent. I
but
can't even do the accent. I just, but then I got through it solo.
I
I
don't
woke up
know
in
you.
Hustler.
I don't know you. I'll see you in another life, brother.
I will find you.
And
Um, Wait, that was a different show. I woke up.
oh,
My wife and I fell in love with this show. I thought this is going to be on my top 10 of the year. I have zero complaints with this show. And when I say zero, I mean zero. I loved all the writing. I loved the twists. I loved the turns. I think it's great stuff. I was happy to find out that it's actually adapted from a series of novels.
mhm.
I think it's originally an Icelandic writer, or it
Love
takes
some
place
Icelandic.
in
I
like
love
Iceland.
Icelandic stuff.
And I just think the casting that I mean, Matthew Good. This is the thing. I've never liked him as much as I have in this show. I think he is
You know what's
perfect.
funny with
I
him?
love him.
He I always think he's another actor. The one I always get confused. I'm like, oh, Matthew Good's in this. And I go, where was Matthew Good?
Yeah.
You know why? It's the actor that's in the Harold Perrineau MGM show. What's it called? Flesh? No.
From.
From. There's the lead actor in that. I get like there's him, Matthew
Okay.
Good, and another actor from Banner Brothers that I get confused because
Yeah,
all white
I
people
can
look alike.
with the beard. It's like a Game of Thrones thing. It's like the first season of Game
Yeah,
of
like
Thrones. We
there's
couldn't
a
tell
certain
all the white
type.
guy with beards apart from
Like
each. Yeah,
James
scruffy.
Marsden went, his
Yep.
career went like that, but he was kind of in um that
Eon Bailey is the guy
Eon
you're talking
Bailey.
about.
I get confused with Matthew Good sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, so then I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I know now I have the difference. And I was like, I hate this guy, but I love him. He reminds me of. He almost reminds me, not too harsh, but like Giles, my director of Star City Murders. Like he just tells it like it is, works hard, and but is very smart. And and he had Matthew Good has a character has a little more baggage than John, but you know what I mean. Like it's just like, but I liked not having that superhero. He messed up that shootout. I mean, they went in to that place without any backup, didn't clear the house or whatever. Um, so, but I loved all the characters, man. Like that's again writing, that's how you do it. You write the characters first and then you put them into the story because
Yeah.
this had everything. Even the guy his nemesis. You always have like that nemesis that you hate, but it worked, and the boss, and it kind of reminded me of a little of In the Line of Duty, another British show that's really good. It reminded me of that as well. Um, but I was just so into the story and the characters, and I'm like, I want a season two.
Yeah. I and there will be. They're already shooting it, I think.
Love
They're
it.
they're gonna keep pumping this out, man.
I had one smoke question I forgot to ask you.
Oh yeah.
Can we get back? Okay, go back to smoke. I don't know what
Smoking.
that was. So at the end, when the spoiler for the ending, if you've only watched 8 episodes, but this whole pod is spoilers, when he's getting interrogated and he's like, "That's not me. That's not me." He looks into the mirror and sees the reflection, and then okay,
Oh yeah. We didn't even talk about the most
yeah.
important
So yeah, the most important thing of
reveal.
smoke. So I have a bunch of questions, and I know you have the answer, or at least because you're smart. Was because they show the pictures when the family is packing his pictures away, and he looks normal, kind of normal, little weight, but normal. But when his face like transfers, he sees Donald in a different, like chubbier, receding hairline, and the face changes. Is that so? Does he always look like that, or and we've been watching the good looking Tehran, but he looks like that. Is that how Donald looks? Was that just the two consciousness coming together and he's Donald and Dave? I was trying to figure out the symbolism of the change.
Oh, we did kind of talk like about this. I must have
We
cut
did,
out on you. Was I cutting out before or something?
or maybe I was freaking listening to
You may
my
maybe
muse.
something distracted you. Yeah, because that's what I was talking. That's what
I'm
I was talking
sorry.
about the subtext.
Okay, I missed part of the subtext when
Yes.
I got confused. So,
That's okay, pal. That's okay.
and
Cool.
I
Yeah,
apologize, man.
that was the introduction of that idea. That's why because the article they asked him about he claims that he hid that Lahane from Apple TV. That at the end you see what he really looks like. He really
Oh,
looks, he's very overweight. His face has been burnt by that initial fire
right.
that we see him in. And that is what drove him to want to kind of conquer fire by lighting fires. So it's basically kind of like the portrait of a typical toxic male, right? Like he
Right.
thinks he's this hot guy to every woman, and every woman wants to have sex with him, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But like even this stuff with his ex may not have been real. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
the way he saw it is that
right.
you have to question any time you're seeing him with other people because he created like this fantasy life where he's this hot,
Yeah.
sexy guy.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I figured, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it was all a fantasy.
Yeah. So now you want, yeah, like you said, you wonder if his ex-wife was really that gorgeous and sexy or
Yeah.
his real, I mean,
Or was real at
yeah.
all, right?
Or was
Like,
a
you
real,
know what I'm
oh,
saying?
yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's,
she was part of the thing, but the fact that Maybe he was just hanging out with her, sitting in front of her house instead of going in there and
You know
lighting it on
what? That would
fire. And
that would make sense because
yeah.
she seemed too,
That's
yeah.
what I mean by like you were into it and you're watching it and
And
your question it didn't accomplish its goals. That's what I mean by beautiful failure. Everything we all
no,
know
you're
how
right.
hard it is to make anything.
You're right, Axel.
But
Of
when
course.
it doesn't hit you at that point, oh, I get it. He's this guy. It was too much.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I wasn't completely there, and
yeah.
I'm just not smart enough.
Oh
Department
no,
Q. Department Q, any last Qs?
no, I don't. We don't even have to talk too many spoilers because I just want everybody to watch it. I
Yeah,
just want to celebrate this show. I thought it was fantastic. Everybody was awesome in it. I thought it was so cool that Kelly McDonald is in it as
yeah,
well.
I love Kelly. I've
Um,
always been a fan of hers.
and we've seen
Uh,
people like the woman who plays his boss, Moira Kate Dickey. She's been in
yeah,
so much
she's been
stuff.
a lot of stuff. Yeah,
The woman who plays Merritt, who gets kidnapped, Chloe, I don't know, whoever, Chloe Perere, like she's been in a ton. The faces are familiar.
yeah,
Um, Now Akram was also an amazing addition to this
he was
show.
my favorite character, actually.
This is where you
I
can
love
pull
Matthew
off
Good,
something like that, right? Like he just
but
kicks ass, dude.
dude, you just instantly fall in love with this guy.
Yep.
Like he's persistent. And you're like, okay, but he doesn't come off as he comes off like I want to talk to this guy or I want to have a beer with this guy. He doesn't
Yeah.
come off, he's perfect. And then the way he played his role, and then of course he's badass with the kids that are squat and like stuff like that. And the fact that he doesn't take shit, but he knows his place and it builds up.
Yep.
Like he freaking keeps going, and then Matthew Good sees it, and But I love he's awesome. I just was like, I love when
Yeah.
I get these characters that I just root for so hard.
That was what was kind of cool about this show is that like on Slow Horses, when they bend the rules or they do something that's kind of like illegal,
Hmm.
they take it a little bit more seriously. But in this show, when he's like shoving people down the stairs and breaking people's arms and fingers, they kind of say like, "Oh, and his leg got broken." It's like that was an accident. And then they just keep
Yeah,
going. They don't that's what I appreciate about the show. It has a sense of
yeah,
humor about itself too,
yeah,
that it is very confident. And I just again, when you find out that it's based on these novels and they're kind of sticking to it and they have like a good foundation and you have such good production and direction and everything, it just 100% worked. There was
yeah,
nothing, and I like the way you still don't know. We still have to solve his case, the original. That's
yeah.
not been solved, right? And we
Yeah, a
got
little
into that.
Detective Brody
Yeah,
actually going on in this one. But
I love it,
yeah,
man. I would suggest it might end up being in my top five of the year. I don't know,
shit.
but definitely top 10. How about you? Do you see it in
Oh
your
yeah,
top 10?
it's top five, definitely.
Nice.
Hey, Axel, I have to
Yeah.
pause real quick, if that's okay.
Let's pause, baby. All right, YouTubers. Solo is going to take a
I have
quick
to,
little
I got
pause
to do a
there.
quick little pause and then I'll,
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
let's do it, baby. I'll
All
pause the
right.
old podcast
All right.
at the
Thank you,
same
Axel.
time. Yeah, go ahead. I'm just going to keep chatting. I'm going to chat by myself while you're gone. There you go. I'm all alone on YouTube, just me, because Solo's gone. This isn't even be recording. Maybe later we'll cut this. 43 minutes in, or maybe take a little break. Do we have anybody watching us on the old YouTube? I don't know. I should check that out. Yeah, Department Q is really good. Matthew Good. What else with Matthew Good in? Let's say. Because he is the kind of guy that sometimes I don't even know if I remember. Let's see, A Discovery of Witches. Oh, that's right. He was in Downton. Oh, yes. Wait a second. He was fantastic in The Offer. Oh, this was a good show too. Not enough. Oh yeah, he was Robert Evans in The Offer. That was a really good show. People are never going to remember that show, The Offer. 2002, Paramount Plus. It was really good. What else was he in? Let's see. Oh, he was in Watchmen, Match Point. He was in so much. Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. The Crown, A Single Man. I'm not giving him enough credit. Wow, yeah. He is, wow. Okay. What how my the question I should have asked is what has Matthew Good not been in? Because he's been in a ton of shit. All right. Well, this is exciting for those of you on YouTube. Maybe I should go on, let's say, I'm going to go on YouTube, see if anybody is watching us live. Grandpa James, are you there? You might be there. Maybe we'll have someone else. Let's say it's coming through. Oh, there I am. I'm all by my lonesome. One watching now. One person's watching. Oh, wait, that's me. So no one's watching anyway. This is going to get cut out. Where is this at? 43 minutes? Yeah, 43:34 is I'll have to text that to myself. Maybe I'll just take a break till Solo gets back. We're gonna cut this anyway.
All right. All right.
Solo
Yeah. Okay. I was just
back.
texting you. Yeah. Probably
Back
got
and
like 20
forth.
minutes. I probably got like 20 minutes.
Thank you, pal. I know this
Sorry.
is
Well,
no problem.
what's happening new is we're getting all these leads come in. Something I never did before, but for sea scattering and different things. So
We're
like we're
still on
jumping on.
YouTube, by the way,
Hey,
just so
hey,
you know.
all right. That's
Just
good
think,
for them to
I
know.
just wanted to tell you in case it was,
Oh yeah, I should probably. Anyway,
yeah,
so all right,
businessy.
business.
All right, I'm going to start back the thing. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, we are back. Solo, that was quick. How you doing?
Hey, don't say that too loud. I don't want people to know.
Thank you, though. I know you're working hard on your job and you're accommodating me by doing a
Oh,
show during the day,
but
which
this
I
is,
appreciate it.
believe me, this is what I want to do. It's not about well,
Yeah,
yes, we're accommodating during the day, but this is every time we talk on the phone, I'm like, damn it, we should have recorded. I'm like, so I
I
had a
know.
little time today. Of course, things get nuts when I think I don't have anything to do, but we're talking. We did a little Department Q, little smoke, Alien Earth.
That's what I want to hear about from you.
All right.
Ando and I talked about it for 2.5 hours. Now I want to hear
And
what
I
you have to
listened and I
say.
loved it. You guys, like, I loved listening to the pod. And you guys, if you're listening to this, go check out Alien Earth, watch the show because I, it's been a while since I've heard you and Ando together be like total fanboys. And like, you guys know like everything. Like, I didn't even know the alien had a name. I didn't know all these things. You know these names and you're educating me, and it's making me enjoy it that much more. That's that's why I'm
Thank you.
glad I'm not on the pod because I'm not as fluent in Alien, but I know I could hang. But I enjoyed the hell out of that pod. I wish it was 3 hours. I was listening
Thanks,
like
pal.
I loved it. Anyway, but so you and Ando doing a great job on that pod. So coming in, I'm a huge Alien and Aliens fan. Aliens, I was the opposite of you. I didn't love it as much because I thought it was too machismo. And then as I got older, it became one of my
Really
favorites. Yeah, it was weird. I'm weird sometimes, but no, I love the movie now. I think it's one of the best
interesting.
action, uh, whatever. Yeah, I think it's one of the best movies out there, and it's high on my film list. Alien 3, I kind of liked because it was Fincher. I thought it looked cool. I know people don't like it. I saw the fourth one with Winona, but I don't remember it. Uh, watch
It was very
Prometheus.
weird. It was directed by the French director,
Right,
Jean
right.
Genet or whatever. So it's completely does not feel, it kind of looks like an alien movie, but it does not feel like it at all. Remember, like all the
Yeah,
characters are really like comedically over. It's like a cartoon almost, kind of. It's
yeah.
very strange.
So then I watched Prometheus, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. Um, but I want to watch it now I because I recently, I guess it was 2 years ago, I rewatched the Alien movies because I bought the box set, and but I still haven't seen the Alien versus Predator or anything like that. I know that's not canon. I was going to see because I want to watch the movies in order, or at least before Alien Earth,
Yeah.
just to kind of get educate myself more and listen more. Um, all right, so Noah Hawley, of course, Fargo, big fan of. You guys were, I know, loved it. And this is before I listened to the pod. I'm like, okay. So I watched a couple days ago, did both episodes. Now, my wife, little too gruesome for her. I don't know if she's going to stick with it. She likes the story and the characters, just the violence for her. She's not big into the violence because there's some gruesome, like the half body
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
but I was freaking blown away. Now I was confused what happened at the beginning. We figured, oh, is that when they were getting the specimens they got killed, or is that happening? That was a little confusing. But then when I listened to your pod and you guys mentioned, well, instead of doing a whole episode on their mission, maybe we'll see some of the. But then I was like, oh wow, because I recognize a lot of the actors, I thought that was going to be the crew in this. I didn't
Oh, okay.
realize.
Interesting.
So I'm like, okay. Okay, Cyborg looks like Yaphet Kotto and thought it was Yaphet Kotto the whole time. And then the young kid, I was like, is that Yaphet Kotto? I'm like, is this the same character? Of course it's not. But I was like, it got me thinking of Yaphet Kotto. I'm like, I gotta watch Homicide again. Anyway, Live and Let Die, Brew Baker. Anyway, love Yaphet Kotto. But I was blown away, and that's what's getting me to want to research and watch the other films. Even
Yeah.
if they're bad, I'm gonna go watch. I haven't watched Alien Romulus. I know that takes place between Alien and Aliens, like while Starbuck Ripley is in sleep. But visually, this thing blew me out of the water. I was amazed that
Yeah.
because I know Ando had mentioned Game of Thrones quality, and I'm like, oh, okay, Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones, but I'm like, I know what he means now. It's
Yeah.
it. I'm sure it's very expensive to make. Um, but I was blown away, and I love Kyle Chandler's daughter. I didn't know it was Kyle Chandler's daughter. We saw her in Sugar and all that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I freaking love her. She's great. Um, of course, love my Timothy Oliphant. What's weird is, aside from Justified, like I've seen everything he's done. If someone asks me, Timothy Oliphant, who is he? Justified? No, he was in, and then I can't remember. I mean, I know he was in Gone in 60 Seconds, but I'm trying to like remember what movies I watch with my wife because I have to remind her who Timothy Oliphant is every time. But when she sees him, she's like, "Oh yeah, I like him." So it's funny.
Yeah. You know
Um,
what? I agree with you. And then people remind me, oh, he was in that movie or he was in this movie. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. Because he actually has played some interesting characters
we played that
over.
that Hitman game, like the
Yeah, right.
adaptation.
Like where he was
The
bald in that.
he was the
And
bad guy in Live Free or Die Hard with Maggie Q, like some of the best.
there you
I love
go.
that movie.
There
And
you go.
but he in A Perfect Getaway, of course, I liked
That
with
was
Steve
so much
Zahn and
fun.
Jovich. We're
That
going to be
was,
talking
yeah,
that soon on the
very
film list.
fun.
Um, and I realized like, okay, he's not the. There's a lot of movies he's not the lead in, but he's like part, supporting lead kind of.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, but and I'm like, because I know he shows up in Mandalorian. I mean, Timothy Olyphant's everywhere. In Fargo, he showed up in Fargo too, the last season. Um, but it's weird because I'm trying to, because Deadwood, of course, Deadwood. But I'm trying to like, I'm realizing, I'm like, my wife knows who Timothy Olyphant, and I'm like, out of those movies, I don't think she's seen a lot of those. So I'm like, that's why you don't remember him, because
Well, I think also he's the kind of guy that once a woman sees him, they tend to remember Timothy Oliphant. You know what I'm saying? He
he's a very
is
handsome,
a
sexy man.
very, and he
Yeah,
also, just the way he walks, like he just is like a
like,
cowboy, like he is a living cowboy.
yeah,
He
yeah,
just looks
yeah.
like it. You know, his
Oh no,
hips
he's
kind
got
of move,
that
even
walk.
when
He's
he's
got that walk.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's it. I mean, it's a different way of walking. I don't know if that's something with his
Yeah.
spine or if that's just his characters he does that. I
I
don't
think
know.
he was like a surfer or something like that. So maybe he's
Oh,
just fluid. You know what I mean? Like
oh,
he just,
maybe. I just like, yeah,
right?
I
He's
love
just
his
got the
walk. I
hips.
tried,
His hips don't lie.
two walks that I've done in my life from watching, like that one, I do the Timothy
Okay.
Olyphant once in a while in my
Okay.
hallway. Two is the George Clooney ER in the credits where he's walking and then he turns his head and goes around the corner. I used to do that all the time in my home, thinking I was Dr. Ross on ER. Anyway, it was just a so
We need a weed
in the
soda
moonwalk,
stat.
in the moonwalk, by Michael Jackson's top three. But no, but like this cast is great, and I was a little confused at times, and then I kind of
Yeah.
went back because we're like, okay, cyborg, synthetic, human with the brain. So like stuff like that, I'm not as technically aware of. So I did. I'm glad I have the pod to listen to because I'm getting a lot of these technical things with the companies, and oh yeah, I have a lot of oh yeah moments when you guys fill in the blanks for me. So thank you.
I appreciate that. And I always think that you don't give yourself enough credit as far as your sci-fi and putting the pieces together geekdom solo. You're quite. I think you pick up on it. It,
Yeah,
but
no, like yeah, I think some of the things, so some of the real geeky things like lore and maybe stuff like that, that I don't have.
yeah,
That's, I mean, yeah, I could talk about the show with you guys and we will in Portland. I can't wait.
yeah.
But it's just it's nice to hear your passion, you and Ando's passion. Like it like got me so excited and it
It's funny when you kind of realize that you know a lot about a certain franchise, or you've like a kind of obsessively looked at stuff about it and you don't even
hmm
realize it. And the Alien franchise is one of those franchises for me. And I think it is because that was a seminal movie going experience for me, seeing aliens.
yeah.
And I just think it's amazing. And I love the world and also, it is one of those sci-fi universes that does kind of throw everything at you. It has cyborgs, aliens, spaceships, like
Yeah,
all like faster than light travel. It could, you know what I'm saying? Like there could be time travel in this show. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Alien just throw it
yeah,
and don't forget the predators exist within this
yeah,
universe.
yeah.
So you could see a predator in this show. It could pop up. Like
We
I
see
wouldn't be
Arnie and the Predator in space,
that would be
or Danny Glover.
all of a sudden they're like there's some scene. He's like, I'm here, the predators,
Yeah.
and then he just runs out, and they're like, what was that? I'm glad that you're really liking it. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's so much fun, man. But it's good to know that we're getting into that too, because that's one of the things after we finished recording, we were very excited because I don't know, it just kind of took me by surprise. Sometimes I am surprised at how much alien shit I have in my head. It's just one of those things that I've probably gone to the Wikipedia or
Right, right.
like read background on the making of the films. Even that Fincher one too is such a weird movie. It's just the
Yeah.
story of it and the look of it, the feel of it. It's just a weird. Remember, it was originally supposed to be aliens coming to Earth. When they initially sold, they were trying to sell the movie, so they came out with all these posters
Hmm.
of the alien on Earth that looks almost a bit like the face hugger, like the
Right,
posters
right.
for this show. But then they came up with the prison colony thing, and then what's his name? Rock is in it too.
Of course, Rock is in it, and
Right?
not the Rock.
Not the
Rock,
Rock. The original
the
Rock,
original.
ROC. He's just ROC.
Yeah, not Rocky, not the
No,
Rock, but
not the Rock,
Rock.
but Rock.
Yeah, I love the
Um,
Rock.
but
Rock.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, no, it's a
So
great show, and I'm looking forward to it each week. And yeah, I'm in. I'm in. That and
that's awesome.
Foundation, man. I'm in season 2 of Foundation,
Yeah.
and that's
See.
blowing me away too. So I'm really, and then the last thing I have, Axel, before I have to go. Um, so I've been rewatching the Star Trek movies in order.
Oh yeah.
So I've seen all the, I don't remember if it was five much, but I've seen the original ones, and then I remember seeing Generations, but I never watched the last three with the Next Generation crew. So I was like, Foundation got me in this sci-fi mood, Alien coming out. So me and my wife in like 10 days we watched, I think, 8 movies. Instead of watching
Nice.
TV shows, we popped them in, and it was nice, nice appreciation and lack thereof. But couple thoughts. Star Trek: The Motion Picture, I felt is such a better film. Watching it now, it's a different film. It's slow and it takes you forever to get places. But if you're high and you're enjoying seeing your characters come back, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Um, two is of course probably one of the best.
That's when they
Three,
did the real show. I think
yeah,
that they were
yeah, it
trying to
changed. It
make a
totally
real
changed.
movie with
Yeah,
with the first one,
it was
you
all
know?
special. It was the
And
best special effects, but that's where it lied.
yeah,
Um, but I appreciate it a
Kirstie
lot
Alley.
more now. Two now, of course, Wrath of Khan is great. That felt more like a Star Trek original series. And okay. Three had moments, but probably it
What's
wasn't
three
that good.
called?
Search for Spock. Search
Search
for
for
Spock.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
That one's okay, but
Okay.
again, when you watch them in a row and you're excited to see them, I think I like them more than. But three's okay. Four, I remember seeing in the theater, The Whales. It was a comedy, totally different.
Yeah.
It was like in the 80s, that's what they were doing. They were like taking someone from the past or the future and putting them in the 80s. Enjoy that. Five wasn't that great. Fun moments, but it's weak.
What was five? Undiscovered Country?
Undiscovered,
Yeah.
Final Frontier,
Oh,
Final
Final
Frontier.
Frontier. Okay.
That was a lot of the campfire stuff, and um,
Oh, that was supposed to be the last one with the old crew, right?
yeah. And then they did Undiscovered Country, which is probably my third favorite. I love Undiscovered Country, Star Trek Six. That's when Kirk and McCoy are on that prison, like Mad Max kind of thing, and they get out. And anyway,
Wait,
it's a great one.
is Picard and all them in that?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
Generations, the next one,
Oh, okay. They don't come till the
which
next one.
which I remember watching it, thinking it was good, but I was like, I wasn't really into it. Watching it now, I love Generations because to have Picard and Kirk there together is
Yeah.
monumental. And just the way I just love Generations. Then we just watched First Contact, which is very good, but I don't put it as high as the other ones just because I like the Next Generation crew. I've seen the show and all that, but I don't know. I felt it was a very awesome like episode. I know it was a good film because some of these do like Search for Spock, Final Frontier feel like episodes, not a film. Um, First Contact was really well done. I felt I didn't have the same stakes in it, but I did like it.
Okay. Okay.
And then I haven't watched Nemesis or Insurrection yet, so it's been
Okay.
kind of neat watching the Star Trek movies.
What is your history with the shows?
So my dad, he was an original series fan. So in the '80s, I watched the original series, loved it. Watched the movies, watched Next Generation for a couple seasons, probably like three or four. And then I was kind of in high school, went to college, didn't really watch much then. Never seen Deep Space Nine, never seen Voyager, never seen Enterprise. So there's a lot of
Okay.
shows I have not seen. I've only
Okay.
seen the original and some of Generation and the movies. Um, I never like I know there's the Star Trek versus Star Wars. I don't buy into that monkeys versus Beatles. I like them both, and I can equally like them both. I mean, I
Oh,
probably get like
totally.
Star Wars more just because that was my childhood, but Star Trek, I love Star Trek. I mean, come on. So um, so yeah, so my relationship was, it was half my life with Star Trek. Then I never really went back, and so this is
Okay.
the first time I'm kind of going back.
So you haven't seen Picard enter, you haven't
Oh,
seen the
Picard, I
new
haven't seen either. I
shows?
haven't seen Strange New Worlds. I
No,
haven't seen
okay.
any of that
None of the
stuff.
Paramount. Okay. Interesting.
But
Interesting.
I'm
Okay.
going to because it just
Cool.
I just I forgot how much I loved DeForest Kelly as Bones, and I really loved Cal Urban or Carl
You're an
Urban.
original, so you're an original series guy. I can
Yeah,
tell. You
yeah,
you you
yeah.
appreciate you appreciate the next generation, but
hmm
you're really an OG.
I'm an OG because I didn't go full into
Yeah.
generation, just where I was at. But my dad recorded and watched every Star Trek series known to man. I mean, I
And
remember Deep Space
does he
Nine.
still like it?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
he's
awesome.
not super. He watched Strange New Worlds, but he doesn't like it. I mean, he's in his 70s, so it
Yeah.
might not be. It's a little more because I know that's what Pike, and I love that whole thing about the cage. I remember getting the VHS
Yeah.
of the cage because it was so rare. It was like, oh my god, footage should be black and white and color. But I'm getting into Star Trek again because I want to see the new series. I want to go back and watch Deep Space Nine. I do want to. I'm gonna try to put it in my because we're really enjoying watching the movies. And I forgot how much I love Star Trek, and then I have so much now to explore. My 5-year mission is going to be finishing these series and these movies. So to boldly go
Well,
where no
it
solo has
might,
gone before.
there's a lot, so it might take you
Yeah,
5 years.
it's gonna take 15 years probably.
That's
But I like
interesting.
having it. I like knowing I have so much to watch because I would rewatch Generation because I remember Whoopi and Will Wheaton and you know Bones showing up in the pilot episode. And he's like 180 years old or whatever. But I don't remember and the one character dying and it was a shock. I remember that. I remember the
Oh man.
sex land they went to or that resort. Believe me, as a teenager, I really
There,
liked that.
yeah, there's a lot. And the other shows, once you get past Deep Space Nine, like what is it, Voyager and
And yeah, because of Tim Russ,
Enterprise,
of course, I'll watch Voyager. I mean, I've seen clips, but I want to go back and watch
those are good
Voyager.
show. And also which one is
Enterprise, but
The
Scott
Scott
Bakula.
Bakula?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Enterprise.
they're all good. They're all good.
Yeah,
I mean, I was an OG. I grew up watching the original episodes on WPIX, Channel 11 in New York. Every day they would show them. And so I've
yeah,
seen every single episode so many times. But then I was obsessed with Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and watching throughout high school and college. and kept up with it. I'm big. I have to say, even though I do love Star Wars, the Star Trek universe really is much like bigger and has a lot more ideas and is just kind of more fun and interesting. Star Wars tends to stick with the Skywalker stuff too much, whereas Star Trek hands it off to a new people and say, "You go and let's see what you're just as important
Yeah,
as
yeah.
anyone
I
else."
love that. I love that.
So yeah, I kind of am. If I had, honestly, if I had to pick one, you say we're not going to do it, but I'm going to do it solo because you like lists. So I'm going to list it for you. Number one, Star Trek. Number two, Star Wars. Star Trek is number one for me because I've been on all those journeys with them, and you're gonna have so
Right.
much fun. I love, yeah, I go back and watch those movies. If I see them on or I pass one, I'll watch it. I love all, but number one, the first one, I have not watched in many years because I went to see that in the movie theater when it
Oh
came out.
shoot.
I don't know how old I was. I must have been
5 or 6,
probably. And I
4.
just remember then anytime I watched it after, I was just like, I just didn't get how it's different. You know what I mean? Like
I
it
didn't
was
get it
hard for
either.
me to understand that.
Yeah.
But then, I Shatner really wanted to be an actor. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Like this was the chance.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's still an
I
interesting film.
appreciated it so much more.
Yeah,
I really like it. I
yeah.
really do. Like it felt, I'm not going to say Kubrick because that's, you can't say anyone's Kubrick, but maybe wanted to be Kubrick in a sense.
It
Like
was
I get that feel. It
aspiring
was
to something.
aspiring
Yeah.
to something
Well, because
more.
back in the day, don't you remember, Soul, when they used to say like, "This isn't a TV show. This we have to make this a film now,
Yeah,
right? Like it's
yeah.
different." So
That's why it's so different.
yeah,
And then with Star Trek 2, they went back to the roots
yeah.
and gave what everyone wanted.
And that was
Um,
really, if you think about it, Wrath of Khan is the archetype for a successful IP driven story where you
yeah,
can take the characters, put them in a familiar situation, add something new and fun that makes it bigger and grander, but it
yep,
still kind of feels like an episode of Star Trek.
yeah, yeah. It's hard to do because
That's like the
two,
Marvel movies.
yeah, because like I would say one is totally different. I appreciate that. I love it. But like 2 and 6 are closer to Star Trek, the series in the film aspect, where 3 and 5 kind of feel like an episode.
Yeah.
Like if it was on TV as an episode, I would have liked it more, probably.
Well, I also think that they got a little jealous of Ricardo Montalban and how Khan really became the star of the Star
Right,
Trek
right. So
movie.
that's a
So
good
it's like
point.
we got to bring it back to the characters and Spock and
Yeah,
McCoy and see that's why I kind of lost me in that because to me it wasn't about them. It was about Star Trek. It was about strange new worlds. It was about going forward.
new
So yeah, that's
civilizations.
why even when Deep Space Nine came, I was like, cool, it's time for the next generation's over. Time to see what happens on
Right.
Deep Space Nine. So I don't know. I kind of like
Yeah.
the passing. Like they stayed around too long. They were still doing those movies when Next Generation was on
Yeah,
television.
there was at least two and then Generations movie where it kind of passed the
Yeah,
torch. Yeah, that was yeah, because I was thinking of that too. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. These movies came out while Generations on, and then they did the movie to kind of hand off, which
yeah.
I know it's not the best movie, but there are so many
Oh, it's
moments that
so
I
fun.
loved.
Yeah,
It
it's fun.
is.
And
Yeah, I
not that I
mean,
don't. I love it all. Yeah.
yeah, Generations I love a lot more than I love it more now, but I really do like Generations a lot.
Well,
Um,
I'll tell you that when you do get to portions of the Next Generation and especially Deep Space Nine, you get serialized, like there's a war that happens, and for like
oh,
10 or
nice.
15 episodes, it's a straight story.
Oh, I like that.
And
Okay.
it's some of the best Star Trek that ever was. Actually, I think many Star Trek fans would say that that is probably the height of maybe of televised Star Trek, where they were able
Okay.
to do like tell a story. They still incorporated elements of it being episodic, but they were telling a story and it
That's
involved our whole
cool. Yeah,
cast and it's really awesome. And it
I like
builds
that.
up over the course,
Oh, that's
like
great.
including like the first episode has like leads to it. So
Nice.
Deep Space Nine was a little bit different. They decided to try to be a little bit more serialized in it, like because they wanted, because it was still in syndication. So they
Right.
wanted people to have to kind of cling on to the story. They were, instead
Cling
of,
on to the
yeah.
story.
All right. With that, we're going to let Solo go, ladies and gentlemen. When you hit a perfect pun, it's time to say goodnight. You're the best, pal. Thank you for giving me an
Thank
hour
you,
of your time.
Axel.
This is the best I've felt for 1 hour in 3 days. So thank you.
Well, here's two
Thank
more
you.
great hours.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to.
And
Well, maybe it's just I was probably just distracted, and I'm gonna get up and keel over and
probably,
die.
but just don't do it on the. Well, actually, we need the ratings. And yes, and next week we got to schedule. We're gonna do. Me and Ando are gonna do the last film list before Portland, probably
Nice.
Thursday, or when you guys aren't doing Alien Earth. And then next week we have to do an Around the Couch. We have
I
to
am
bring it
so
back.
excited.
I'm
So
very
excited.
excited.
And while you guys are here, we're gonna do Alien Earth, Film List, Around the Couch, and at least a couple of other podcasts that I won't release for a year.
Yes. Well, we haven't seen the Lost documentary, so we're gonna have a viewing. So maybe
And we're
we
watching.
podcast
Yes.
about Lost.
No, we have to do that live. I think we should
Oh,
watch it live. Do you think we should do or talk about it
yeah.
after?
We could do it
We'll
live.
see.
I
We'll
mean,
see
there's
what
gonna be
everybody.
enough of us where if you have to
Yeah.
get up or whatever, we
Yeah.
got 5 people that are gonna be there. So,
Yeah, that it's worth it. That'll be fun. All right, buddy.
all
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thanks,
Thanks everyone
Polo.
for watching.